What up, YouTube? Already got people in here. Oh, that's right, because it must have been on the pending screen for a minute. So what's up to the people that was already in here? That my joint look glitchy, don't it? Is this joint glitching? Y'all let me know if this joint glitching, man. I might have to leave out and come back in. What up, Corey? Shout out to the people that's gonna be watching this on the replay. It's your boy ATruckerNamedJay checking in, man. AKA your favorite lease op, AKA FaceTime Daddy. It's a little glitchy. Well, this is as good as my service is gonna get in this area. So apologize for the little delay or glitch. I could see myself glitching. How does it sound? Can you guys hear me okay? Can you guys hear me okay? 49 people in here. Ooh wee, yo, y'all must want the tea. Y'all must want the tea. Oh man, can y'all hear me good? Audio okay? Talk to me, people. What up? Audio was good. I can hear you. All good, okay. VL is a scam already? Truck broke down and you taking it back to VL to get it fixed. Audio good. Yes, we can hear you. You can hear me. All right, cool. What up, J Love, all the way from Long Beach, Cali. Okay, Long Beach. I was just out Long Beach. My last load came from Long Beach. Was it my last load? Yeah, my last load came from Long Beach. Shout out to Long Beach. Alright, man, so I should have known that this joint was too good to be true, you know what I'm saying, man? I should have known this shit was too good to be true, man. So here's the deal, right? Taking the truck back to VL terminal, man. Taking it back, it got to go back. I'm taking it back because I told y'all I had this, I ain't lying. I am taking it. I'm taking it to the terminal. What you mean? I had this light that's been on for like it's been on now for almost a week. Almost a week. Where it was like ATS, electrical system problem detector, whatever. And I looked it up, and it has something to do with either NLEX sensor or it's like some type of sensor. On the more serious side, it could have caused my truck to derate, you know, not regen and things like that. Only go 55. None of that's been happening, so it's safe to assume that it's a hopefully just like a sensor or something like that. However, I talked to VL. VL has company drivers, right? So because they have company drivers, they do have a maintenance department, right? So what happens is you know, because VL is so cool, you know, you can call and talk to the maintenance department and be like, yo, woody whoop. And I guess everybody with lease and company side have this same flexibility or whatever the word is, where you can, you know, call talk to the maintenance manager. Shout out to Blago. And you know, I told him about what was going on, what the truck was doing, and I told him I was gonna take it to Freightliner. I said, but I'm gonna just go to Freightliner. I said, I'm going to just see what they say, and I'm just going to nip it in the bud because I don't want to take a chance that it's something bigger or it's something that's small that can lead to something bigger. I just don't even want to, it ain't even worth the risk. We going in the winter time. Like, you know what I mean? You want your truck to be running. If you don't want your truck to be running good no other time of the year, you don't want your truck to be running bad in the winter time. You just don't, you know. Shout out to my man Alex, aka Time to Shine. You know, he was telling me his truck in the shop getting ready for winter. Let me tell you something. If you're gonna be a lease owner, authority, fleet owner, whatever, if you're not gonna take care of your truck, take care of it during winter. October, November, December, January, February. Take care of it extra during those months, during that winter time. You want to go crazy and do some reckless shit, you know, little light, a check engine light or whatever, stay on extra in the springtime or the summertime. Hey, cool, have a blast. But me personally, I believe wintertime is definitely more so. I just think it's more dangerous. You know what I mean? To be out here and something happens to your truck and you get stuck in the middle of somewhere and say it's 5 degrees outside. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's better to take care of it all year round. I'm just saying, you know, you always got people out there that be trying to cut corners. Like, it's a couple of people that they hit me up on my different platforms and was like, yo, I done had this light on for X amount of weeks, X amount of months. I just let it be. And I know from experience from being in the port, them port trucks, man, I mean, hell, that international stayed with some lights on. I mean, like, it was like a 3-month period where I stayed with lights on, and I told Brian, which was the fleet owner of them trucks, and he was like, man, don't worry about it, it's just a sensor, just drive it. You know what I mean? So make no mistake, there are truck drivers out here who are just letting lights stay on. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that, me personally. So anyways, so with that being said, so I was like, yo, I was gonna take it to a Freightliner, and I'm gonna get this shit taken care of. You know, I'm gonna just nip it in the bud. Blago, which is the maintenance manager at VL, shout out to him. If you work at VL, you already know who he is. Straightforward dude, cool dude. He's not gonna talk to you nicely, I'm gonna warn you right now, but he's gonna give it to you 100, and he's a damn good mechanic. So I reached out to him, was like, yo, this is what I'm gonna do, boom, boom, boom. I just want to run it by you for any professional tips or whatever, you know what I mean, what you think. He was like, man, I'm gonna tell you something. He said, if you done drove that thing from Arizona, and I'm summarizing what he said. He said, if you done drove that thing from Cali, Arizona state line all the way over here, and it hasn't done anything, he said, it's probably nothing that serious. He said, it's probably maybe something smaller, like a sensor, or it may just need to be reset. You know what I mean? He did tell me, he said, man, listen, if you take that thing to Freightliner is gonna Freightliner. And anybody who's been to Freightliner or any shop for that matter knows exactly what that means. You go to any shop, you get if you go to a shop and give any hints that you think is this, and this, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna fix this, and this. Whether that's the problem or not, they're gonna fix this, and this. I was just watching, I think it's exclamation thoughts. I was just watching his live feed the other day. He was talking about that. You go to that shop, if you go to these shops and you don't know nothing, or you just assuming, or you just, you know what I mean, you don't even have an idea, you just guessing, they gonna guess right with your ass, because you paying for the guess, not them. You know what I mean? It's like going to the casino and asking the motherfucker at the poker table, hey, you think I should bet this? They gonna be like, hell yeah, bet it all. You know what I mean? So going to a shop that your money is paying their bills, and you be like, hey man, do you think I should change this, and this? They're gonna be like, shit, hell, why not? You know what I'm saying? That's what any type of, you know what I mean, that type of work. You feel what I mean? So, and that's what he was saying. He was like, man, you go to Freightliner, man. You know, it's just, you know, you go to a random place. You know, that's why I said I want to get a mechanic established back home as well, because you just go to a random place, you just walk in the door, you just money to them. You just money. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying they're gonna do bad work. I'm not saying that they're gonna completely rape you. You know what I mean? They may buy you a drink, ask your name, you know, rub your wrist, you know what I mean, make you feel comfortable. But that dick coming, that long stroke coming, excuse the pardon the phrase for the ladies in here, it's coming. Better bet that. You know what I mean? They treat you as nice as you want them to treat you. But you know what time it is. And then it's like when you got a date. Like, yeah, shorty, we can go to Applebee's, we can go to the movies, we can go bowling, we can do laser tag, we can do all that shit. You know what time it is at the end of the day, though. Ain't no such thing as a free trip to Hawaii. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know what I mean? So, well, with that being said, so I was like, so what do you think, man? He was like, look, man. He said, you know, if you could get it here to Chicago, we can have our people, because VL Trucking obviously has established connections in the area. And he was like, even no matter if it is something a little more serious, he said, we know we can get it done for lesser than you going to a random place. I said, okay, cool. I'm gonna take your word for it, and I'm gonna do that. So that was why I got this load. I called my dispatcher, and it was it seemed like such a simple process. Called my dispatcher, hey man, I need to get to the terminal. He said, okay, cool. And that's when I got this Landstar load, coming out of wherever it came out of in Ohio to where I'm at now, Bedford Park. And he was just like, you know, it's a good paying load. I think it went like 330 miles, $1,100. Looks like $3.30. Yeah, $3.30 a mile or whatever. And it's funny because I posted the rate con yesterday, and it wasn't to brag or anything like that. It was just to show that, oh, this is what, like, you know, because it's a bunch of owner operators I be watching that be speaking. Shout out everybody coming in, by the way, 115 people. Hit that like button for me right quick, man. Hit the subscribe button while you're in here as well. But they have been talking about, you know, short hops versus long loads. You know what I mean? And it's so funny because as a company driver, you prefer the long runs because you just, you know, you don't got to deal with people as much. You getting your money in 1, 2, 3 loads, and you cool with that. Whereas as an owner operator, what I'm seeing, and I've been hearing, but you know, I'm the type of person, I got to experience some shit. I just can't go off the word of this person, that person, this person, that person, this person, that person, or whatever. So I need to see what's, you know what I'm saying, you're talking about, and I'm seeing it now. You know what I mean? Like this one load, this is the highest paying as far as cents per mile load that I've gotten since I've been here. I've been almost 3 months now. You know what I mean? It's just 300 miles. And I'm like, damn, okay, word. And they say, you know, do this, do that, do that. I'm like, oh, shit. I do this 300 miles? I mean, the Deadhead was like, yeah, from where I picked up to where I'm at now was like 277 miles, and the Deadhead was like 50 miles from where I was at in Ohio. So it was like, if I do that, shit, I do that once a day, or one time a day, Monday through Friday. Hell, I can go home every weekend. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a bad way to live. I wouldn't mind making $5,000 gross to the truck and going home because you only doing 300-400 miles a day. Shit, you ain't spending that much fuel. Especially with an APU, I might spend $1,000 if that in fuel. So I probably could still take home 25 to 3,000 off of 5,000 gross, depending on the mileage. You know what I mean? So it was just interesting to see it. You know, so when I posted that rate con, it's in my community section if you want to go take a look at it. That's what that was for. It's like, oh wow, this is what y'all talking about. Cause like, yeah, man, listen, man, I always admit when I'm wrong. You can say whatever you want to say about me. You can say I'm inconsistent. You can say I'm emotional. You can say I'm sensitive. You can say I'm this, I'm that, and all that. But when I'm wrong, I come up here be the first, second, and third. And say, yeah, I was wrong, man. You got it. I got no problem doing that because I ain't ashamed of shit. I'm human. I know if you cut this right here, I'm going to bleed red. I already know that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, boo, I see you in here. Shout out to everybody. I see you, Wayne. I see you, No Hippie. I see you, Buddha Black. I see you, Time to Shine. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, so you know, I have no problem admitting my faults. I have no problem admitting when I was wrong or when someone else was right, and I just won't listen before, and now I'm listening. Ask D-Rod. You'd be surprised how many times me and D-Rod have had conversations, or my nigga Wayne, and where I had to come back like, damn, bro, you know what? As hard as it is to do, like, damn, man, you was fucking right, dog. You know what I mean? That's not always the easiest thing to do. You know, that's not to pat myself on the back, but I might pat myself on the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? For real. But anyways, or tap myself. What they say, tap on the shoulder, tap. And then what they always say, somebody gonna say, gonna tap me on my shoulder, whatever. But so anyways, getting back to the story. So I got this load. And when I posted the rate con, a couple of cats was like, man, fuck Landstar. Don't deal with Landstar. And all this. And I'm just like, damn, bro, I just posted the rate con just to show you guys that, yo, they was right. You do short hops, you make more money on the front end versus the back end. You know what I mean? So, but when I got here today to this delivery, I see why they said it. So apparently this specific customer or this receiver, but y'all unloaded me. That's what's up. They unloaded me. That's what's up. I'm gonna tell y'all why that's what's up in a minute. So I got here, mind you, my dumb ass didn't look at my rate con all the way. Appointment was from 8 to 10. I won't thinking. Like I'm thinking, all I'm thinking was only 200 miles. You know, I get there when I get there. But I knew I was gonna get there in a timely fashion anyway. So I stopped early last night, took a shower, cleaned up the truck. Sometimes every once in a while you gotta clean your truck up, man. Let me tell you something. Just like, you know how they say how your house looks is a reflection of you? It's the same thing with your truck. Same thing with your truck. You get on somebody's truck and they truck dirty, they got some, like, it's a reflection. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so every once in a while, I'll stop a drive shift early and I'll just clean my truck. It's therapeutical too. You put some music on the Bluetooth and you just clean shit. Sweep it out, wipe it down. So I did that yesterday. Watched the games. Watched the Miami game, which was, oh my God, that was dope. Watched the Nuggets game. How about them Nuggets? That's crazy. Nobody saw that coming. I watched Power and then I watched the 2 last episodes of P-Valley. Whew, crazy. Woke up this morning after taking like damn near 15-hour break and headed on over here. I'm gonna get to y'all comments in a minute. I'm gonna breeze through them after I get done. I just don't want to get distracted from the story. So if I'm ignoring you, please don't take it disrespectfully or personally. I'm just, you know, trying to get my shit off. So anyways, woke up this morning like 9, drove over here. I got here like 10:15, not knowing that my appointment time was from 8 to 10. So, but I've done that before, you know. And what I've noticed on the reefer side, that's a big no-no. Big no. You reefer side, whatever your delivery time is, you gotta fucking be there. Maybe 3 hours earlier too. You feel what I'm saying? But what I've noticed, and maybe I've just been spoiled, but on this dry van hazmat side, man, like a lot of these windows be open. I mean, it's been times where, and that's the only reason why I've gotten a little more relaxed with it, because when I first started here, I was getting everywhere an hour early, you know, 2 hours early, 12 hours early, and it's just, and I did that before too, back in 2018. When I was doing 1099 with dry van, and I would get frustrated because it's like, damn, I'm early, but they won't take me. But that's when my money won't right. I won't make it, you know what I'm saying? So I was just trying to run. And so I would get to places early, and they still wouldn't take me. They would take me right at my delivery time or shit like that. But what I've been noticing with my experience so far here with these customers is that even if the appointment say 8 o'clock, I get here, and they be like, oh, it's just the first come, first serve. You know what I'm saying? It's just a open schedule. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of assume that's what this is. That's my fault. Again, I admit when I'm wrong. So it is what it is. So I assume worst case to worst, if they took longer than 2 hours to unload me, I wouldn't get no detention. I didn't give a fuck. I'm going home in a week. You know, when you get closer to going home, you just stop caring less about the little small shit. You know what I mean? So whatever. So I get here, and long story less long, apparently this customer is having an issue with whatever broker booked this load. I'm guessing the broker's through Landstar or whatever, because they keep booking these loads without making appointment times. So, and that's what I was trying to explain to my dispatcher. He assumed that I was going through all this issue because I got here 15 minutes late. No, I told him they didn't even have me in their system. It was so bad, I had to sit and wait inside the office for an hour just for them to send emails up the ladder, just for them to approve overtime for them to potentially unload this truck. Then I had the supervisor come tell me, he said, man, you lucky, because I wasn't in the office when they did all that. Had I been in the office, I would have rejected you. And he said, it's nothing personal to you, but we keep telling, he kept saying dispatcher, but he meant broker. We keep telling this dispatcher that you have to book appointments. So what happens is, I guess because these appointments are coming, these loads through, I'm assuming Landstar or whatever broker it is. It says Landstar on the paperwork, so it must be Landstar's brokerage. They keep booking these loads and not scheduling appointment times directly with this customer. They may be scheduling it with the dispatch for my company and telling the dispatch for my company to be here between this and this or whatever. But with the actual customers, they saying that this is a what's the word they use? A habitual thing now. So he said what happens is when they do that, they got to charge somebody $250 or $300. He gave me this long spiel just to basically say it's going to take about 4 or 5 hours before they can unload. And I'm like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what, man? I'm not tripping. I'm not mad at nobody. That's trucking. I've been in this industry long enough to know the game is the game. Hey, man, do what you got to do. He said, okay, cool. And I think because of how cool I was with him, I think that's why I'm getting unloaded now. Because I won't tripping, I won't mad. It was just like, man, the game is the game. You know what I mean? And so I just felt my truck moving, and it's been moving for a little while now. So maybe it won't be as long as he said, that 4 or 5 hours. But you know, it's just crazy, man. And me and my dispatcher kind of had a I would say a back and forth. You gotta understand, man. You're gonna have those aggressive conversations with your dispatcher every once in a while. Anybody who comes out here and tells you, and that's why a lot of people don't like having dispatchers. I'm seeing that now, because they just don't want to have that middleman. You know, I get it, man. Eliminate all middlemen. I agree with that 1,000%. I just understand that, again, that's another level. I'm gonna get to that level eventually. But as far as right now, I got to deal with the middlemen. I got to deal with a couple of them. I got to deal with VL. I got to deal with the brokers that VL deal with. So, you know what I mean? Until such a time where I can eliminate middlemen, this is, you know what I mean? This is the best middleman to deal with right now. But anyways, back on point to the point that I was making. Sometimes you're just gonna have aggressive conversations with your dispatcher, and let me tell you something. That is completely normal. It's completely normal to have aggressive conversations with your dispatcher. Some people look at it as arguing. Some people look at it as, oh, fuck this dude, I'm gonna get another dispatcher. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Like, you know what I mean? You have to be very careful of the things that you get mad at dispatch for, because a lot of shit be outside of their control. Just like a lot of shit is outside. Look, man, look, dispatch and trucking are damn near equal on how they are on the totem pole in the trucking industry. Dispatchers got to answer to their supervisors. They got to answer to the brokers. They got to answer to the operations manager, the CEO of the company. You know what I mean? Just like we got to answer to all them. So just because a dispatcher has a little power over you, really don't have no power over you. It's kind of like an equal thing. So in my opinion, from what I've seen, and I may be incorrect, I may be speaking ignorantly, I'm sure they will correct me if I am, dispatchers and drivers are damn near on the same level of in the industry. It's just they're on a different side. You know, we're actually out here, they're in the office. It's almost the equivalent to a coach and a player in sports. Like, you know, you see more head coaches get fired than football players getting cut. You know what I mean? If the team underperforms, the quarterback getting cut, the head coach getting fired. Simple. Like, what's about to happen to Doc Rivers' ass? Oh, you better bet he out of there. And they probably looking to get rid of Paul George too. Like, we done gave our whole team future away for you, and you done underperformed, and Doc Rivers then blew another 3-1 lead. Both them out of there. You feel what I'm saying? So, but anyway, so but yeah, I was having an aggressive conversation. Shout out to everybody coming in. I see y'all. With my dispatcher, because he was assuming that it was because I was 15 minutes late. I was explaining to him, based off the information that they're telling me, it had nothing to do with the appointment time. They was not expecting me at all. Like, at all. You know what I mean? To the point where they had to actually sign paperwork to approve the overtime to unload me. So it don't matter if I got here at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, last night, tomorrow morning. They was not expecting me. The broker is just using that as a scapegoat, and that's on me, because I should have been here 15 minutes earlier, I guess, so that the broker couldn't use that as a scapegoat to say, oh, well, he got there 15 minutes late. You know what I mean? But in reality, based off of what the receiver has no reason. Well, I ain't gonna say the receiver has no reason to lie, but if you're looking at the different people in the story, the broker has more reason to lie than the receiver does. You know what I mean? Like, the broker is worried about that one specific load going to this receiver. The receiver probably got 200 loads to worry about. So it makes them no sense to try to lie about one load. You know, maybe the shipper, but I don't know. Maybe, again, I'm speaking ignorantly, but from my vantage point, I just don't see why the receiver would lie about something like that if it's their freight. You know what I mean? But anyways, so yeah, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much what happened with that, man. Like, yeah, the load paid good, but it seemed like it came with a lot of bullshit with it on the tail end. But nonetheless, we in the door now, man. And like I said, I felt some movement. So maybe it don't take 4 or 5 hours. Maybe it takes 2.5. I don't know. this day is pretty much going to be, I ain't gonna say a dud, but ain't shit gonna happen much today anyways, because I'm taking the truck back to VL Trucking to get it fixed, because I just want to limit, and this is, okay, y'all can let me know, 117 people in here, I'm sure at least 45% of y'all are owner operators, so somebody can jump in here. I'll read the comments from this point forward to see if anybody says anything, and then I'll go back to the old comments later in the live feed. My thought process is this, and mind you, I don't know anything. I don't know shit. I don't want but so many hands touching my truck. You understand? So if I have a say-so in the matter, I would only rather VL's mechanics here in Illinois and whatever mechanic I end up reaching out to back home, I would rather them be the only ones to touch my truck. Why? Because I just feel like when you just start going to all these different mechanics, it's harder to keep track of who did what. And one thing I've learned, one of my best friends is a mechanic. I grew up with a mechanic as a mentor of mine. Shout out to Brother Billy. And one of the main things they taught me is that a mechanic never wants to go behind another mechanic's mess. Just like another man don't want another man's woman's baggage or whatever. Like when you start a relationship with a new woman, you don't want her to make you pay for what the old nigga did to her. It's the same thing with a mechanic. Same thing with a mechanic. You know what I'm saying? So my thought process, again, that's the only reason why I came to Illinois, is that I just want to bring the truck here. They're claiming that they don't think it's going to be that expensive. They don't think it's that big of a deal. But even if it is, they're going to, you know, look at it and whatnot. What they say? Don't need to be an owner op to understand. I feel the same about my car and house. Facts. What you learned is the clickbait. For what you talking about? How's that clickbait? No hippie. What you mean? This load was too good to be true, because there was some bullshit with it, and I'm taking the truck back to VL to get. How is that? I couldn't move with that. The Marcus Wise a million just needed. Oh, y'all must be talking about something else. Hey, no hippie. You know what I mean? I got a no hippie. You know, matter of fact, you did a video about it, so I know you know what I'm about to say. No hippie, they waiting for me to fail, so I gotta play with them. You know what I'm saying? It's 118 people in here. I ain't that popular. I would love to come up here and pull my shit out, you know what I mean? Put it on the table like, yeah, I stay with 100 people in my life. Yo, y'all don't be in here. Go somewhere. I stay between maybe 30 and 50 people on average. And that's if I'm talking about trucking. If I just come up here and just be talking, I may be rocking with like 30 people. So miss me with that clickbait. Clickbait. You ain't here, ain't you? You ain't left yet. What do you want me to do, man? I'm having fun, man. Like when I was miserable Jay on YouTube, always crying and boo-hoo, and y'all said I cried and boo-hoo too much. So forgive me for enjoying, you know what I mean? What you want me to do, man? Like shit is it's going okay. It's going good. I'm doing all right. You know what I'm saying? Like I just look like they leaving now. Go leave out here. Go on, get. Yeah, I don't care. Shoot. Don't let too many hands touch my truck. In my case, it's only Schneider or the Freightliner deal. Okay. Man, that's a great thing. Let's see. I need to up my click. Hey, man, the game is the game. The game is the game, man. Like, again, man, like, I'm one of the few people on YouTube, man, that I just enjoy. I think what I enjoy most about YouTube is just the people, man. You know what I mean? Like, the YouTube checks, let me be honest with you, man. I ain't had a YouTube check over $500 in a little while. It's been a while. So it ain't the money. You know, I don't think it's the attention. Maybe it might be the attention. I mean, I'll be honest, maybe it is. You know, the right type of attention. There's nothing wrong with liking attention if it's the right type of attention. You know what I mean? Like if you're a single man and you got a certain female that sexes you right, that's the right type of attention. You're gonna keep wanting that type of attention. So if I can come up here and have a positive interaction with people and learn together and then let people learn through my mistakes, hey man, I like that shit. I mean, like, hey, what you want me to say? You know what I mean? Let's see. 5,000 down, no credit check, Wasatch lease in 2021 Freightliner Cascadia, 765 a week, full maintenance lease. Damn, 765 a week. What's that? That's like, I mean, that's a little. Ooh, what's that? 728. That's like $3 grand a month. I mean, I would assume, like, as long as you put it on with the right carrier, that can be profitable. You know what I mean? I would assume so. My Swift lease was actually through Wasatch. Yeah, my Swift lease was at Wasatch, which is crazy when I really think about it. Knowing the information that I know now, I would never do no shit like that again. Having something that expensive I would never do a cents per mile lease again. You know, anyways, not to knock them, but just because I have more knowledge now than I did then. But I would never do a cents per mile lease right now. Unless it's like $3 a mile or $2, you know what I mean, some shit like that. But that dollar, yeah, like we was really out here pulling $1.10. That shit crazy. Hey, look, I ain't knocking it. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but god damn, that boy was out here pulling $1.10 freight. Sheesh, the elevation, man, the growth. I thank God, man, straight up. Let me turn my brightness up right quick. Oh, it is up. Sun in my eye. How long have you been trucking? I've been driving almost 5 years now. You do you, Jay. Always. I was hoping it was clickbait. I appreciate that, Chris J. I knew it was clickbait when I saw the title. My first move VL and my check will be over 1,800. Hey, salute to you, DeMarcus. Salute to you, man. Get that bag. What I also did in my community section, I think I got 2 of them over there now. There's 108 people in here, so maybe, you know, if you 108 or 106 people don't specifically like me, but want information about VL trucking, I shared 2 other YouTubers. I can't think of their names off the top of my head. I shared their videos in my community section. They are at VL Trucking as well. So I know a lot of people just don't like me. I've come to peace with that. But if you still want VL Trucking information, you just want it from a different perspective from mine, those drivers are over there. I can't think of their names off the top of my head. I'm sorry, but they're in my community section. Go subscribe to them brothers, man. Please subscribe to them. They seem like good young brothers that are just trying to make some bread. Shout out to No Hippie Transport. Subscribe to him. Who else in? Shout out to, I don't know no other YouTubers that's in here. Shout out to all the YouTubers, man. Shout out to Exclamation Thoughts. Subscribe to him. Shout out to Call Me Cooley. Subscribe to him. Be Smooth. Shout out to everybody, man. I got nothing but love for everybody. I get sensitive sometimes when people speak on my situation, but it's like Erykah Badu say, man, I'm sensitive about my shit. I'm man enough to admit that. So sometimes some of y'all be saying some shit that may trigger me, but after like an hour talking to a couple of my OGs and my friends, I'll calm myself down and be like, man, whatever. But besides that, look, I start showing love, niggas leave out quick. But anyways, so shout out to all them, man. I'm listening to y'all. I'm receiving the information, and I'm just trying to take from bits and pieces from everybody's channel and try to make this lease and just this trucking career of mine the best that I can, man. That's all I'm doing. So shout out to everybody, man. Freightliner dealership, horrible. Word. As soon as they stack a maintenance fund and coming on as a lease driver. Okay, salute. Yeah, I never liked that cents per mile. Just signed my lease. They did a PM the day before while I was still coming. I spoke with the mechanic, asked about the truck. He said it's solid. Yeah, Blago is legit, man. Blago is legit. One right here. Appreciate you, man. And yeah, we making money at VL. There you go. Right. So they're the 2 right there. YSE Transport and Roscoe Green. I'm with the moderator. Oh, moderator. Bam. Where the other one go? There you go. Moderator. 2 new moderators right there. YSE Transport and Roscoe Green's Marathon. Those are 2 drivers that are at VL as well. They're 2 new YouTubers, very new channels. Please go show them love, man. Follow their journey, and just so you can get, because the thing about VL, what I've noticed is a lot of people are talking about VL now. You can say it's because of my channel. That's cool, but I do definitely want a bunch of different perspectives out there. I don't want it to just be me. I really don't, even though, because I know it's legit, but some would say that my credibility isn't as strong, but whose is? I mean, everybody's strangers to everybody on the internet. Am I off there? like, we're all strangers at the end of the day. I mean, I think social media has made us more comfortable with strangers, but at the end of the day, we all strangers. Like, we don't really know each other. You know what I mean? So who's credible to who? You know what I mean? Honestly, I mean, if I'm just keeping it a buck. But anyway, shout out to them. Go get it from their perspective. And yeah, that's what I got there. No doubt, no hippie. I'll pay you money to put on an Under Armour compression outfit. Okay. Okay. Cash at me and I'll do it. I gotta go order one. How much we talking? I mean, shit, what's up? I mean, yeah, I'll do it. What's up? How much you got? I need $100. $100 and I'll do a live feed in the Under Armour, which is kind of weird, but I'll do it. Fuck it. It's 2020. Weirdest shit has happened. Yes, sir. Money team in the building. This my first year 1099 as company driver. I make over $2,500. How bad is tax gonna hit me? Depends on what you write off, and depends on how much you put into the side. You know, like most people say, put about 25% to the side, man. Get you an accountant, and talk to them. You know, that's the best thing I do. I'm not gonna sit up here and try to talk to people about what to do with their taxes no more, because I just sound like a mess when I do, because it's just certain shit I can't say. So with that being said, I just tell you to talk to an accountant. Talk to an accountant, CPA, let them know what you're doing, because here's the thing, you're not the only one. It's hella 1099 drivers out here. Damn near the entire state of Illinois drivers at 1099. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid, don't be scared. Just get educate yourself. Educate yourself. The information is out there. We live in a time and age where information is at our fingertips. Just look it up. Reach out to a local CPA. Pay for a consultation if you have to, and just, you know, get the information. You know what I mean? That's it. It's not hard at all, man. It's all about, if you want to make that type of money, you got to be willing to spend the money that you need to spend to make that type of money, and to keep it sustainable. That's it. That's all it is, in my opinion. Any mechanic, hey, that's fucked up. Any mechanic named Blago got to do good. Wait, hey, chill, bro. Blago the GOAT, man. That's funny. That's fucking funny. Nah, man. Shout out to Blago. That's fucked up. That's my nigga though. It's good. It's all facts. No BS over here. I'm trying to tell him. You see the vibe, my bro. Nigga, I'm coming to VL Truck and split that recruitment fee with me, though. I don't got no problem doing that. We just got to talk, man. Only because it's you. We got to talk offline, though. You know what I mean? Hit my email. We can talk. Where is VL located? Des Plaines, D-E-S, Plains, Illinois. My new license just came in the mail. I'm about to head home, pick that up, and lease the truck, Jay. Ready. Really telling the truth, it's money over. Hey, man, again, man, I just, you know, I'm just sharing my experience like I've always have. You know what I mean? So, am I going to come up here and say that VL Trucking is the only company that's like this? Absolutely not. But they are like it. Like, they like this. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty nice, man. I ain't even going to hold you. So yeah, man, so we just gonna sit here and get unloaded. Truck stop moving. Oh my God, I'm about to die. I hate that. I gotta get rid of that ringtone. Y'all wanna know the story behind that ringtone? I was in West Virginia, and I think it was like a tornado that had hit, that was nearby, and it was this crazy thunderstorm. And I was calling my wife, right? You know, just being overly dramatic and shit. And that was the voicemail that I left her. Like, I was just in a frantic, because it was just like, it was sunny skies, and then it just like, bam, it was like the wrath of God hit the truck. And so I was just like, oh, and that was my reaction to that. Like, that's lit. I was calling her. As I was calling her, it was still sunny. Just as sunny as it is today. Not a cloud in the sky. And then by the time it got to the voicemail, all of a sudden it was like, bam, sky went dark, hail, wind, just out of nowhere coming through West Virginia. So that recording is just me going crazy, like, oh shit, what's going on? And she recorded it, sent it to me, And I just put it as my ringtone. I like that shit though, cause like if I be somewhere like in a shipper or receiver somewhere quiet, and then all of a sudden that shit go off, I always get a laugh from at least 2 people. Every time, like y'all laughing now, I get a laugh from at least 2 because everybody else got them regular ass. You know, I like to be different. Everybody got them regular ass ringtones. You got music ringtones. You got the little basic ass ringtone. I want to be different. I want to stand out. So that shit come on. And people be like, what the hell is that? I'm like, oh, my bad, my bad. As long as it don't go off in church. As long as it don't go off in church. So that's the story behind that ringtone. So when y'all hear that shit, I know y'all be like, the fuck is that? So that shit was crazy. I'm gonna keep that shit though. Don't be laughing at me, boo. Damn, I gotta go check in, Jay. Hold up, bro. Don't shut live off. Nah, I ain't going nowhere for at least a couple more minutes. Jay, I used you as my referral. What's good, then? It's all good. I'm still eating. Ain't complaining. Hit my email. Sonny D. Damn, I miss it. Miss what? Oh, but yeah, man. Let me go look at these earlier comments. Try to browse through these earlier comments to see if there was any good questions in there. That should do from Long Beach. I'm at TA as I type getting my AC compressor did. Oh, okay, Bounty Boy, I see you in here. I need to make my man's I knew it. What I said. You getting a new ride? Clickbait and Jay. Always clickbait. What you mean? Look, everybody. Oh, man. Truck still in the shop getting ready for winter. Will be running tomorrow. Better take care of it all. Yeah, it'll be the winter. Will be a common problem on most trucks. Oh, man. There is no such thing as a common problem on all the. Let me tell you, the common problem on all trucks is drivers. Answering I'm back in the. If you commented now, I'm back in my earlier comments answering questions very quickly. The most common problem in all trucks are the drivers, or the drivers that don't take care of them. The trucks be fine until we get in them. They be doing just good sitting on the lot minding their business. When we get in them and we start driving them hard without taking care of them, that's that's the problem. Shit. Now, and them tow fees be heavy. Yeah. Watch you all the time. Just never comment. Appreciate that, Candace. You should get a scanner so you know what's the problem before you go to the shop. Okay, I might look into that. Deron, I see you here, Deron. Don't they move? Yeah, that's funny. Scan. I just did a $6 mile load and land, so I think it's only because election year. Makes sense. Let's see. Respect you for that. You don't have to do 4,000 miles a week to make good money. I see. I'm learning, man. I'm learning. I'm learning. Have you looked at getting a fuel card? Nah, I haven't looked at getting any fuel card yet. I think the thing that's scaring me away is that you got to keep track of every state that you go through because you got to pay the sales tax. I'm not really looking to make no moves like that in 2020. That's probably like middle to late of 2021. At the current pace that I'm going, who knows? We may move faster at a faster pace later. But I got too much going on in my personal life to complicate anything in my business aspect. You know, we moving. We actually move next week. That's why I'm going home next week. Woohoo! Move next week. I got to get some furniture. We got a car. It's just a couple of things personal that I want to buy to get established and set up to where right around probably about November, everything will just be on cruise control back home. So all I got to worry about is sending home about $2,800 to $3,000 a month, and then everything else can just go right into the business. Right now, I'm making purchases personally, so it's I'm not gonna be looking for big purchases for the business right now. But like I said, next year after Jamar get here, then that's when we going. And I'm currently putting together a business plan with my I guess you call it assistant, aka my mom. Putting together a business plan and just trying to figure some things out. You always gotta just write shit down. Gotta write shit down. You just got to be prepared for shit that you might not even do, but you just got to have an idea, got to have a ballpark. One thing I've learned from my past mistakes is when you come out here and you just winging it, or you just doing shit just to do it, you're down to fall for anything and do anything. But when you have a kind of an idea of what you want to do, how you want to do it, and why you want to do it, you're more likely to stay focused and sustain the path that you may be on currently. Who knows about the OTW said the Forces region? Who knows about the OTW said Forces region, clear fault codes? Definitely gotta keep it clean, right? I've been in Landstar for 3 years, and honestly, we have the best rates hands down. The lows they go on the low boards, outside carriers are only the lows we don't want to take. Interesting. What's up, Mo? Time. So let me go. Let me go scroll back down. Jay, you need to start getting into these stocks. Hey man, like I say, man, right now we just trying to sustain this right now. We got a business plan coming. We got a couple of like me and my boy Wayne was talking about the other day, man. We got a lot of options. You know, we're blessed to be in a position to where we got a lot of different options to create additional streams of revenue, to grow this stream of revenue. So we're just taking our time with it, man. Study long. What was it? Measure 7 times, cut once, and that's what we're doing right now. Big fat Jay, I call him. Call me. I wouldn't understand people talking in the background. Oh, okay, Jay, I call him. Elena called me. I couldn't understand her people talking in the background. So what was you trying to find out, Wesley? Jay, would you ever come back to Swift? Would I ever go back if I had no choice? I mean, I wouldn't be. I don't know how to answer that, because obviously I wouldn't leave VL, obviously. But if you're saying, do I think that Swift is a good enough company that, you know, if I left VL, would I consider Swift? Yeah, I would. Maybe not as a lease operator. If I came back to Swift, I would probably be over the road, or unless I can get on one of their dedicated accounts like the Costco or something like that. Yeah, I would. Yeah. VLC, they got new trucks coming, but they're gonna be team trucks. Get the single while you can, boys. Yeah, it's only like, I think they said there's only like 8 trucks left. It might be like when I talked to Elena earlier this week, or last week it was, she said there's like 8 trucks left. The rest of the trucks, which are the bigger Volvos, they're all for teams. They're looking for teams. So if you know anybody, husband, wife, team, brothers, sisters, whoever, a relationship that looking for teams that are looking for a good company, VL, where to go? Because they running the solo drivers like crazy. So I can only imagine the miles that the teams are probably putting down. What maintenance checks should my driver do daily? What maintenance checks should my driver do daily? Oh, maintenance checks. I mean, just do your pre-trip and post-trip. I mean, just, yeah, your pre-trip and post-trip every day. I'm out here with my, you know, checking my tires, checking my fluids, all that shit. I mean, like, you got to understand, like, to answer that question best, you just got, how well do you want to take care of the truck that's responsible for your life? Is the best way I can answer that. You know what I mean? So that should be self-explanatory in my opinion. Like, this truck is is directly responsible for you living or dying while driving 60, 65 plus miles an hour down the road. So if you like to live and go home, I would suggest taking care of the truck as if you want to live and go home. If you don't give a fuck if you live or die, hey man, you know what I mean? You don't want to do a pre-trip. You don't want to check shit. You know, you want to cut corners. Don't be afraid. Don't be surprised when the truck cut corners. You know what I mean? Clickbait King. Be smooth, what you mean? Many who are at Landstar beg to differ about their race. I pull those with good race from Landstar. Check out Chris saying YouTube. He gives out stock to buy and the info behind the decision. I've been investing on Robinhood and I put $4,400 a couple of months back, and now I'm up to 62, 63 and change. Okay, appreciate them gems, Buddha. 3+, of course, but rarely deal with Landstar due to garbage, bro. Yeah, that's what I mean. That was part of the point of the live feed, Be Smooth, the brokers, man. These brokers, man, I tell you what, these brokers get away with murder, man. Good God Almighty, boy. These brokers robbing you without a gun. And that's what these brokers are, robbing you without a gun, man. For real. For real, for real. Trucker man, just chilling, man. You still making the switch to reefer? Actually, nah, I'm gonna stay with the dry van, man. I'm gonna stay with the dry van. I had a long talk with my dispatcher. I had a long talk with some other people. I weighed my options. I looked at it, and I'm gonna stay dry van hazmat. I'm gonna stay dry van hazmat, man. Unless I will change over when my settlement drops below. Not my settlement. If my truck grosses less than 5,000, less than 5,000 a week, because at the end of the day, like somebody told me in another live feed, you gotta have your operating costs, and you gotta have what you need to make to sustain your business, or you know what I'm saying. So your what is your cents per mile, I guess, you know, that you have to pull for. And again, luckily for me, you know, my personal expenses are just not a lot. So, you know, it may sound stupid, but I can pull, I feel, cheaper freight if I need to. I don't mean I want to, but like, let's say, you know, shit slow down and for the month of December, you know, or for the month of January. You know, well, number one, everything slows down at some point in trucking. That's just, you're not gonna avoid that. So if you understand that and you understand the bigger picture, you just prepare for the slowdown. You know, the only reason I would go to reefer is to avoid a slowdown, but reefer slows down too at times. You know what I mean? So it's just, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So we all are making ballpark the same money. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not like I'm gonna go to reefer and make $20,000 more in a year. I don't think, anyways. You know what I mean? I haven't seen anything to convince me otherwise. So with that being said, and talking to some more experienced hazmat drivers, I had a guy told me he'd been pulling hazmat for 8 years, never slowed down. You know what I mean? But then again, what is slowdown? You know, that's the other thing. Like, your idea of slowdown may be different from mine. I can make 4,000 a week to the truck, but if I'm doing 2,000 miles a week and doing $4,000 gross, I may still be able to rock out with that. That might kill you, especially if you got that, what you say, Wasatch 765 a week. That might kill you. You know what I mean? And that's not to be disrespectful. That's just to show you how, you know, it's just, you know. But if you got and I think HT Logistics speaks on this. If you got a truck note that's less than 1,500 or even less than 1,000 a month, then you know, your you know, it's just, people's situations are different. Everything ain't for everybody. Everybody can't do everything. So and the age old thing, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And like I said before, I fucked up a lot of great situations in trucking in my life by trying to fix shit that won't broke. And I just can't, my conscience just won't let me do that in this. This shit is going too good for me to, you know what I mean? Not saying that if I went reefer that it would fuck it up, but it just, you know, call me a bitch, call me playing it safe, staying in my, whatever. But I just, when you have gone through the things that I've gone through, you just gotta, you know what I mean? You just gotta make some changes, man. You have to. So, and sometimes your way in changing is by not changing, because your normal is changing. You follow? So, like, for me, my normal is always at the first sign of something that looks better or, you know, greener grass, I change, and I just, without even hesitation. So, me changing now is me not changing. So, that's my growth. Norfolk in the building. All owner Rob looking into the, which really helps out. You can do Force region to clear fault codes. Well, see, I've done like 2 regens since this light has come on, 2 or 3, and it's still on. So, let me ask you this: why companies don't have loads in Florida? Nobody has, because Florida is just, from my understanding, just shitty. Says it's mostly locked up by few carriers such as Heartland Express and Florida carriers. That's a better answer. What that number you said we can call you on, Jay? I don't know it off the top of my head. Hit my email, ATruckerNamedJay at Yahoo. ATruckerNamedJay at Yahoo. And I can give you the give you my I guess you say my YouTube number, my sideline YouTube number, to reach out to me directly. But I will say, I'm not always available, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, if you send me a message, whether it's Instagram, whether it's on my email, and I don't get directly back to you, please don't take offense to it. I just got some shit going on. You know what I mean? I might be having some shit going on, so it may take a day, it may take 2 days, but I will get back to you. You know, even with comments on my old YouTube, like if you left a comment on my whether Instagram or YouTube on a Monday, I might not respond to it till midnight Thursday, but I will do my best to respond, unless it's some bullshit or some shit that don't really need no response. You know what I mean? Or someone else has responded to it, and I like their answer better than what I was gonna tell you. So, I'm trying to get out and truck because they give it all to the Chicos because they work for cheap. Time to shine. You may have one without Florida, so it's a broker market. I got my learnership, but they ain't taking me. Who's not taking you? CRST Prime or England, etc. Prime won't take you with a permit? That's different. Try Swift. Northeast is a mix of cheap and good paying freight. Every Monday and Tuesday is the worst due to so many trucks from the West bringing in freight. That makes sense. Guys, look into that OTR reset tool, save you thousands of. Hey, Alex, hit my line and explain to me further what you talking about with that, because you done posted it about 3 times and I don't understand what that means. What up, Jay? Just started yesterday over here. Started where? At VL? Just tuned in. What you talking about? To sum it up, I got a great paying load, but it was some bullshit on the back end of it because the broker didn't schedule me an appointment here. So it's gonna take me all day to get unloaded, and I'm taking my truck back to VL to get it fixed, or to get this code cleared or fixed, handled, whatever. So that's more of the story. And now we just talking, just chopping it up. I'm in Miami. Then boom is okay. Well, hey man, welcome to the money team. With that, Sean. I ain't gonna call you Big Sean. I never call another man big nothing. But welcome to the team, Sean. Get that bread. What you pulling, dry van or reefer? Time to shine. Never heard of a reset tool. Sounds like some gimmick name for something else. Swift said they ain't taking no one in Miami. Same with Prime. Oh, Truckerverse. Trans Am, and Abilene will take you. Trans Am, Abilene, and CRST should take you in Florida. Did my shit cut out? What happened? Damn, my shit went out. Can y'all still hear me? Let me know if y'all can still hear me. So I don't know what happened to the video. Can y'all hear me, see me? My screen is frozen on my end. What are y'all seeing? Because I hope y'all, this shit froze me at the most weirdest angle. Let's hear you. Can y'all see me? Oh, it froze. Y'all let me know what you want. What y'all want me to do, man? Y'all want me to keep going, or y'all want me to exit out and try to come back in? What y'all let me know what y'all want me to do, man. I'm a man of the people. What y'all want me? Y'all want me to leave out, come back in? Y'all want to just keep rocking out like this? I ain't that good looking, you know what I mean? So, except for old boy said he wanted to see me in Under Armour, he probably want me to come back. I might need to get a I might need to make an OnlyFans for niggas like him. He told me he'll pay me to do a live feed in the Under Armour. Oh, that's fine. Rock like this. Okay, cool. Rock like this. All right, say less. Say less. The picture is froze. Hear you. Steven. Oh, Stevens. Okay, he said Stevens hire out of Florida. Let's see. Is Swift not accepting in Florida overall, or is it just specifically in Miami? I don't know. I would think Swift hired out of Florida. That's crazy. Let's see. How do you feel about that clearinghouse shit? I mean, I was in the port when that shit came about. I really don't understand it because I haven't really looked into it. So I don't know. I don't know. I know that Great White or Evans, whatever that company was, Red, White, and Blue, they made a big deal about it. Like, oh, you got to get this done. But from my understanding, it has something to do with what, drug and alcohol, like just some shit like that. So I don't know. I don't really understand it. Here you frozen. Okay, they say Western Express hires out of Florida. I live in Florida. I just started a month ago. Maybe they changed. I spoke to a recruiter and they told me because of the carrier and home time. I will say though, because even here at VL will hire somebody out of Florida. You just can't go home every 2-3 weeks. You probably got to stay out for like 4 weeks at a time. So if you're trying to get home every 2 weeks, it might be a little more difficult. Because if there's no freight in Florida, you trying to go home every 2 weeks, man, it may be to a point where you might not make no money, honestly. Because as soon as they send you out, they got to route you back. So I've known drivers to move out of Florida because it just won't no work. So I'm trying to probably get a delete. You can get a system clean almost anywhere. I spoke to Swift, they told me to move up north. That's crazy. Froze is fine. MJ Nuggets from Plainfield, Illinois here. I just got my CPL commercial license permit. I'm looking for big sister brothers as my teacher. I don't know about a teacher, man. I'd be happy to share my experience with you from what I've done and help you any way I can. I wouldn't call myself a teacher. Bro, Sheldon Truck Lines and Cypress hires out of Florida. Hey, look, I hope you paying attention. Truck Affairs, you getting all kind of. I done seen about 5 companies. I have a notepad and a pen right now, writing all this shit down because they giving them to you. They giving you the GM. Oh, yeah, good gracious. South Florida is the problem. Most companies will hire you if you live out of northern Florida, like Orlando or Jacksonville. Okay, Chicaveras, I stay Hollywood for Melton will take you. Go to Melton. That's the 6th company. So you got Melton, you got Trans Am, what they say, Cypress. Got a couple companies. If you're looking to relocate to northern Florida, Truckerverse Prime won't hire south of Florida. Might have shut out all Florida. Wow. I want to be out for 6 months. Good gosh, 6 months. That's tough. What is VL though? What do you mean? What is VL? VL is a trucking company. If I understand you correctly, if that's what you're asking. I'm really looking into that too. The cat's scaring the heck out of me. Truckerberry, switch your license to Atlanta, Georgia, and catch a flight home. ATL to Miami is cheap. That's smart. That is smart. That's smart. Mountain is a good company from what I've heard, or owner-operator that has a contract with Amazon. I appreciate the help. I'm writing it now. Yeah, man, you about to say, get you a pen and pad, boy. You got good gracious. Time to shine. You got to find someone who was good at it, usually 25 to 4K. I would say, I'm gonna be honest, man, in my personal opinion, anybody who is a truck driver that lives in Florida should start a YouTube immediately, because you probably got a large demographic that you can really, really do some good help. You know what I mean? If you just really into this YouTube shit to help people, you know what I'm saying? Like some people, you know, they really just do this shit to help people and share their experience. Like, I know it's probably at least 500 people that's trying, maybe even more in Florida, that would love to get a truck driving job, but just a lot of these companies are probably telling them no. So if you a Florida truck driver, and you know, have been driving, even if you just, you know, you've already been driving for like a year or two, or you may be new, I would definitely put that journey up on YouTube, man, and let me know. I share the hell out of that, because it'd be a hell of Florida people that be looking for opportunity that just can't find it. They just don't know where to go. With 1099, is it better to open a company or just stick to 1099? If you're going to get paid 1099, I would highly recommend having a LLC with an EIN number or some type of a business. That has to be an LLC. You could be a, what is it, S Corp and all that other shit. I recommend LLC. You know, or that's what I'm going to say I recommend, because I ain't no expert. But I have an LLC. So, flatbed is the best right now. I don't. Yeah, that's a good question. Is flatbed good? Trucker Bars, you got some flow for public, also check Craigslist for carriers out of Chicago. Meaning we'll hire anywhere. Let's see, Warner Pool dedicated out of Pepsi in Hollywood, Florida, drive-in or flatbed out of Pompano, Florida. Okay, 6 months. Sound like you just getting into. It gotta be time to shine. Ain't no way in the hell I'm gonna be on no motherfucking truck no 6 months. Shit. Ain't no way. Ain't no, man. Listen, man. Let me tell y'all, man, burnout is real, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all about the hustle. I'm all about the grind. But burnout is real, bro. 6 months? You got me ready to catch a flight home just thinking about 6 months. And I'm, you know what I'm saying? Good God almighty, man. 6 months is a long time, driver. You know, it's okay to not be, you know, not to do too much, man. This money ain't going nowhere, man. I promise you that. You ain't gotta go out here. I mean, I ain't gonna tell you not to do it, but I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't do it. Like, that's a long time to be in the truck, man. But then again, I got a family. You might be single, no family, no kids, so it might be a little different. 6 months for you might be a vacation. So it's just different shit. Everything ain't for everybody. So I can say 6 months ain't for me, but that might be perfectly what you need. I want to be able to be out more because of my family. Like, just go hard or go home. I feel you. Warner Home Depot flatbed out of, okay, Warner. That's about 8 truck companies. You want to stay? Yeah, you definitely gonna be good staying off 6 months. Shit. Asian Mind Show. He from Florida. Owner operator, moves furniture 6 months out of the year. Okay, I thought he was in Cali. Damn, I didn't know he was in Florida. Tells you how much I watch his channel. Jay, your screen is frozen. We can hear you only. We established that like 20 minutes ago. They told me to keep going, so I'm just gonna keep rocking. Scales is a company out of Trenton, Georgia. They do dedicated Target runs all in Florida. That about 10 companies right there. OTR sounds like the best route, but I didn't know if I should do flatbed or drive-in or reefer. When you first start out, it don't matter. Just get in the game. That's rule number one when trucking. If you're not a truck driver, get in the game. Just get your foot in the door by any means necessary. The rest will work itself out. I don't care what nobody say. There is no best way to become a truck driver. Just become a truck driver. We'll worry about the rest later. SoFly Transport hired out of Coral Springs, Florida. Okay, there go another company. I had to move from Miami to Atlanta. I found that OTR reset tool for $6.99. Anyone know where we can copy it cheaper? You're gonna have to hit me up about that, Bounty Boy. Let me know about that. See, because South Florida is not a trucking culture type area. It's not like the Southeast. Miami different. No kids, no wife. It's doable. I just got married. You just got married and you want to leave for 6 months? Damn. What you bring? I hope you bringing your wife with you. Well, you know what? I can't even be married. I got married on a Monday. That next day, I went to Atlanta for 2 months. With my with Walmart distribution, thinking I was gonna change my life with Walmart distribution. Boy, was I wrong. So I can understand that, you know, leaving to take care. I can respect that. I damn sure respect it. I did 9 months on the road. I'm a free man. I feel that right now. Flatbed rates are going down. Van and reefer are doing well. Plus flatbed is coming into the slow season. I used to haul for PS. It's a flatbed company that will hire out of Florida. They're going number. Yeah, definitely congrats. I forgot to say that. Congratulations on that. I tell you what, man, as a wedding gift, you done got about 12 different Florida companies that you ain't know hired. Trucker man, you got some calls to make, buddy. I tell you what, if you ain't had nothing to do this afternoon, you damn sure got something to do now. Good gracious. Listen, the only company that will hire South Florida is Milton, Trans Am, CRST, Stevens. I talked to VL. VL told me it's going to take a while to get a trainer. VL told you it's going to take a while to get a trainer. VL training? That's news to me. I ain't no VL train. Who that? Big Curb. Another dude. Why everybody want to put big in front of their name? I never understood that. Like, I've had people call me Big J, but I've never told anybody to call me Big J. I don't know. Maybe it's a you know, some, like, I guess it depends on where you're from. Maybe it's a southern thing. But anyway, 6 months will lead to mental illness. That's why be smooth. Hey, goddamn, hey, I'm trying to tell you, cause I be struggling after 4 weeks. The longest I've done is 13 weeks. I did it with Swift, but at the same time, I think what helped a lot was I was a mentor. So the entire 13 weeks, over the course of them 13 weeks, I had like 3 different students. So despite what people may think, being out here with somebody in the truck with you is a huge difference from being out here by yourself. It makes things go by so much more, I don't even know the word, comfortable, easier. It's just being out here with somebody. Like, it makes a difference. So, but being out here by yourself, man, if you want to go get a dog or something, man, 6 months, good gracious. Avoid trans, yeah, that's a fact. Trans Am lease is not that good. I run for peanuts over Florida. What's wrong with Trans Am? Trans Am is a good starter company, but their lease is not. I don't want to disrespect nobody, so I will say, out of all the leases I have seen, you are less likely to be successful with Trans Am's lease. That's the most nicest, polite way I can say what I'm trying to say without saying it disrespectfully. Out of all the leases I have seen, you are less likely to be successful with Trans Am's lease. As a company driver, brand new, you can do pretty good. You can do pretty good. You can make probably about $600 to $800 a week. If nothing's changed, you'll have an APU. You'll be in a Kenworth T700 or a 2680. You'll have a direct TV and all that, you know, all that good stuff. You know, you have the direct TV to watch while you're getting unloaded, because it is reefer. They all reefer unless they changed. Trans Am is a good company, man. Good starter company. Good starter company. People gotta understand there is a big difference between a good starter company and a good company. I assume that's common sense, but one thing I've learned while being a YouTuber is things that are common sense to you may not be common sense to everybody. So you gotta say and explain everything as if people don't understand. So there's a huge difference between a good starter company and a good company. Trans Am is a good starter company. Once you have a certain amount of experience, it's no longer, in my opinion, it's no longer as desirable as it would be for somebody with no experience. Still on this port hustle down in, okay, I heard that Georgia port, from my understanding, that Georgia port is different, man. Like, you know, everybody I've talked to out of the Georgia port, but like, they stay eating. They stay eating. I used to think that Virginia had the best port on the East Coast. It seems like Georgia does. Freight, Ocala, Florida. If you live south, you can get home every weekend. Oh, Freight X. Okay, thanks, fam. Well, this tool definitely looks like a must-have. I use these type of tools for my personal cars. Send me that link, Bounty Boy. Send me that link. 84 cents a mile plus fuel surcharge. All I do is run Florida flatbed. Don't work for slave CPM wages at Trans Am and overpriced truck. Don't work their lease. As a company driver, you be alright, but don't do their lease. Be smooth. Are you breaking even or in the hole? Appreciated all the help, y'all. No doubt, no doubt. Hey, that's what we hear. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what trucking's supposed to be. Not all this, not all that other drama bullshit and whatever. That's what it's supposed to be. Driving needs some assistance. You got 75 people in here. You done got about 20 trucking companies. That's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? The good old days, as the older truckers would say. The old in the olden days, as my 5-year-old would say. I'm in Walmart right now making $2K a week, but on W2, $1,300 take home. Well, God damn, you only take home $1,300 out of $2,000. Jesus. Well, they hitting you, boy. Good gracious. I work for Trans Am now. I'm on company side, though the lease side is not so good unless you stay out the whole lease term. Makes sense. I'm talking about what they pay. I'm an owner route. WEL hides out of Florida. I guess even hires out of Florida. Terminal in Winter Haven. I don't know, that's like 400 years ago. The website for VL says they train. Oh, they do? I might have to call and ask them that then. I don't frequent the website, so I didn't know that. I didn't know that. No, I might become a trainer. Snot. I'd be happy to help from a distance though. But as far as somebody sharing a truck with somebody, nah. I couldn't even train on the truck. Oh, I do got a bunk up top. I forgot about that bunk, but nah, I wouldn't train. Nah, wouldn't do it. No sir. On Trans Am, it's like 20 years mine and pay. They got you programming work CP instead of percentage pay, which is more. I got two. Okay, you got two. Oh, okay, you got $2. Okay, you good then. You good money. You good money then. Dogs make a difference. I was gonna bring my man. Never mind. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about my dog. I'm gonna cry. I just started. So soon as I get my 6 months to a year, I'm moving on. So, okay. Yeah, percentage is better. The way they calculate miles with that zip code you lose. Yeah, makes sense. If you go to Trans Am, go company. Facts. I want to lease with Swift. What's the success rate with just being solo? Don't do it. AI. If I'm being blatantly honest with you, I would not recommend leasing at Swift Transportation solo. I would not. I wouldn't have recommended it back in 2017. You know, the only reason I leased that truck was because, you know, I could train to make that above average money. But as a solo driver, I would highly, at this point, and it might sound hypocritical, but you know, you live and you learn, and as you learn, you teach to help others from not making the same mistakes as you did. I would highly not recommend any lease that pays you by cents per mile versus percentage, unless you are training, or unless that cents per mile is like over $2 or right at $2, maybe even like $1.80, $1.90. You know what I mean? And you just, you know, maybe they got their fuel discounts are crazy or some shit like that. Like Hirschbach, from what I understand, Hirschbach didn't pay all that well as far as cents per mile, but they only charged like 99 cents, I believe it was, for fuel. So maybe that averaged it out. But even still then, Hirschbach drivers were saying 12 to 1,800, which that's not a lot. I mean, like, I feel like any lease that you can't make consistently over $2,000 a week solo is not worth it, in my opinion. Opinion, not factual. I'm not nobody, ain't shit. But from what I've seen, if you can't make over $2,000 a week, I really want to say $2,500. Yeah, I'm gonna say $2,500. If you can't make over $2,500 a week, like weekly, I'm talking about $2,500 is low. $2,500 should be your low. You know what I mean? Then to me, it's not worth it. Too much risk. You know, too much time away from family. Too much shit can go wrong. Too much responsibility. It's just too much, man. Too much. Gotta know your worth. Know your worth. VL Trucking is the best lease I've seen out here so far. No, I would agree. Time to shine. I would strongly agree. You have to drive 35 a week to make maybe 1,500 unless you get a, yeah. That's facts. Be smooth. I appreciate all the help. My plan is to do the exact thing Jay doing, lease a truck. I know things just don't happen overnight, but I'm ready to learn the game. As long as you're ready to learn, man, and you got to be ready to learn and be ready for the harsh criticism. If I could go back, if I wish somebody would have gave me some advice maybe 10 years ago, I wish somebody would have told me to be ready for the harsh criticism, because that's what I've always struggled with. You know, raised by a single mother. Moms was always, you know, sometimes the delivery of a woman, especially a woman that loves you, isn't going to be as stern and direct as coming from a man. So a lot of times, even to this day, you know, that's why, you know, I'll say it. I struggle when other people speak on my situation and they're just very critical, and they're very like, they say it in a not nice way, but they mean no harm. That's just how they are. I struggle with that sometimes, man, because I didn't receive that a lot from males growing up. You feel what I mean? Not to make any excuses. I'm just being honest, being vulnerable with my people. So if I could give you any advice, as far as I just got that link, Bounty Boy, appreciate you. If I can give you any advice, man, just don't get so offended by harsh crit, because you're gonna get a lot of harsh criticism in trucking. Like people have good intentions in what they're saying. They may just can't verbalize it in a way where it's like, it's all warm and cuddly, you know what I mean? But they mean well. They they assholes. Like Be Smooth, some people will say Be Smooth is an asshole, but Be Smooth don't give out bad information, at least from my perspective. You know what I mean? It's a lot of different people on this YouTube shit, man, that just, like Chasing Andrew Jackson, another person. Some people call him an asshole, but he doesn't give out bad information. And so sometimes you have to get past the, like, you know, again, something that I'm learning, you got to get past the emotional response to shit and just look at the logical shit. You know what I mean? Look at the logical shit of what they're saying. Time leasing any mega carrier. I'm going to get a team to run for me in a VL lease truck. Hey, time to shine. That's definitely a money move, baby. Straight up. That's a money move, for real. East Will, as the owner out, you are trying to get rates right, not miles. What I understand, crazy they're still doing. Savannah Port busy since they widened the channel. Oh, okay. You gonna get it, bro. These truckers on YouTube have some good information. You still average out a rate per mile out of percentage, but it's 2 to 4 times more than average. JVL told me they will train it, but if you have no experience, but you have to wait for training also, you're not going to get it. Oh wow, I didn't know that, Big Curb. Oh, Curb. I said, I gotta stop calling niggas big. Pause. I didn't know that. I'm gonna call him and ask them about it. Matter of fact, I should be at the terminal today. Whenever I get out of this damn, it was probably looking like it was gonna end up happening, is I'm not gonna get out of here until after 4 or 5 o'clock, and so I'll probably end up having to go spend the night at the terminal or at the yard, which I don't got a problem with. I'll just chill because I'm going home next week anyway. So I don't let shit stress me out no more. And then I'll probably be, you know, get shit taken care of in the morning, then head out in the morning, run for the next week, and I'm gonna try to be home next week by about Wednesday. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, Wayne, if you still in here, I'm gonna be at D House next Wednesday. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to get home next Wednesday, and I'm coming to D House Wednesday. Come through, Wayne. Next Wednesday, go call off if you still in here. Call off next Wednesday. It's going down. I'm gonna get that tequila. Nah, VA don't, GA do. Yeah, that's what I see, man. I see. Hit the like button. Yeah, I mean, it's still 90 people in here, so you know we get some likes going. I appreciate it. Don't lease Western Express. There's too many weirdos to be training. Yeah, but that's why you gotta establish. The main thing I did as a trainer is you gotta establish shit at the beginning as far as the person. You know what I mean? Like just like see what type of person, fill them out. You know, take them out to eat or some shit like that. Take them out to eat, fill them out, and you should be good. If you want to haul container, check out Shoreside Logistics out of Palm Beach, Florida. They mostly run. Damn, they still giving you Florida companies. You done got about 25. You should be in a truck next week, bro. Straight up. You should have called all these companies by at least tomorrow afternoon, have applications into half of them, and should be on your way to orientation by next week. Straight up, all these companies. Good gracious. You got me, look, my flip-flopping. You got me ready to call them. I don't even live in Florida. Well, I didn't know they trained. Yeah, I didn't know they trained. That's crazy. This is from the VL website. Dry van, 20% of total gross revenue. Reefer, 20% total gross revenue. Yeah, that's accurate, Gideon. That means that dry van drivers make 80% of the gross, and reefer makes 78%. That's correct. That's correct information. I saw your kick my student off the truck video. Oh yeah, that was a bad situation, man. That dude, man. You talking about the dude had never driven a car before, wanted to drive a truck. Yeah, man. If you did lease a Swift, take it with you to another company like others have done. It's better for you to get a truck outside the carrier so you don't have to start over. Yeah, but be smooth. I'm hearing that Swift give cat. I don't know if it's Swift or it's Wasatch, but they give them a hard time to do that, man. Trying to leave. I guess because they put no money up front. Cause see, like I said, Swift is through leases through Wasatch. So if you go directly to Wasatch, you got to put like maybe 5,000 down, or I think it's like anywhere from like 5 to 10, if I'm not mistaken, depending on how new the truck is. So, but if you go through Swift, you ain't got to put no money down. So I think the thing, if I remember, did I have to put? No, I didn't have to put money down on my lease of Swift unless they changed it. So I think they giving cats a hard time. At least they were back when I was leasing, because cats would go to Swift, lease the truck, drive for Swift for 30 days, and then try to leave to go somewhere else to make more money. Swift ain't like that shit, because when you leave from Swift, Swift ain't getting no more money from that truck. Now it's all Wasatch. So Swift done got a truck for you free. Yep, $2,500 minimum. They get the truck from Wasatch leasing out of Salt. Yep, right out of Salt Lake. That shit, I think, matter of fact, Wasatch, if I remember correctly, Wasatch is like damn near 2 buildings down from Swift's terminal in Utah. Because I think that terminal in Swift's terminal in Utah used to be Central Transport, which was a refrigerator company. Swift bought that company out, took over that terminal. And so, yeah, so Wasatch and Swift are literally like neighbors. It's surprising these boys don't know their worth. Well, it's just because a lot of us come from poverty, man. A lot of us come from poverty. A lot of us come from, barely making enough to get by. So we get out here and we make more than we've ever made in our lives. And it's crazy that you can come out here and make more than you've ever made in your life, more money than anybody in your family has ever made, and still be beneath what your worth is. That's crazy. That says a lot, man. To be making, think about that. You could be out here making more money than your mom has ever made, your dad, your granddad, his granddad, your brothers, sisters, hell, everyone in your neighborhood, your community, everybody in the network of people that you know. You're making more than all of them, and you're still making less than what your worth is in this industry that is trucking. That shit is crazy. So that's why a lot of people come out here and they get comfortable with $1,000 a week or whatever it is, the number. Especially from southern states like, your North Carolinas, South Carolinas, Florida's, Georgia. I mean, hell, somebody out of Florida, just based off of my man's trying to get a job, somebody out of Florida just may be happy just to get a trucking job, so they may run for $700 a week. That's way beneath their worth, but because they're just so happy to just get a job, because it's hard to get a job out of Florida, they'll keep taking that shit. And these companies, they gonna keep taking advantage, man. That's why I say I don't mind being a job hopper, because this industry is dirty, man. This industry is dirty as fuck. Yeah, trucking companies making millions, if not billions, dog. I think the screen is froze. Oh, you don't say. No, I'm playing. Yeah, it's froze. But they asked me to keep going, so I'm gonna just keep going. Just tap. You done with VL, bro? Nah, man. Nah, I'm not done with VL. I'm not done. We should have started a driver ass. Hey, man, I'm definitely with it. I'm definitely with that. A national drivers union. I'm definitely with that, but that's a woo-wee. Now you're talking about messing with people's pockets, so I wouldn't speak publicly on that. You know what I mean? They're gonna come get you now. I see the earnings from VL leasing. The best out the truck isn't the best lease, but most of the I see the earnings from VL leasing. The best, but the truck isn't the best lease, but most of these better leases don't allow you to earn with VL. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So you're saying that VL is the most, like, you can make the most through VL, but that's why it's always a catch. So like with VL, what B Smooth is saying, that VL, you're gonna pretty much make the most through a lease that you probably can through VL, but the trucks ain't gonna be like a lot of other leases. Probably got newer and better quality trucks, but again, the game is the game, man. They can't let you have your cake and eat it too. You know how it is, man. What about Party Hard? What about them? I'm an asshole and proud of it. I must be way behind. When is it the best time to start trucking? Meaning, what's the best season? Ain't no best. Hey, bro, listen, bro. Get in the truck. Like, all that other shit is minuscule. I promise you. I'm 5 years in, bro. And looking back on how I got it, I regret nothing. Ain't no best season, ain't no best nothing. Get in the fucking truck. Period. Period. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. All that other shit that people be worried, it be so crazy to me, the shit that people be worried about, and they have not one, and I'm not talking about you, I'm just speaking in general, they don't have a mile of experience to their name, and they want all this shit, they ask about, man, fuck all that. I'm broke. I need to make some money. What's up? That was my mindset when I came into trucking. I don't care about none of this other, because when I came in, the company that everybody was going to was Prime. Prime wouldn't take me. Was I gonna sit there and cry and wait for people? Like, I know people who have waited to come into trucking to go to a specific company. Craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. Craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. Some people who wanted to go to Prime or whoever, and they wouldn't take them. They told them they had to wait like 3 months or whatever. So they went and they waited. I don't know. Absolutely not. There is no perfect nothing for. There is no perfect way to do nothing perfect and nothing perfect nothing in trucking. Get in the truck, get your CDL. The rest will work itself out. I promise you. That's my opinion, though. Some people may say I'm wrong. That's fine. But from my experience, like, it's always somebody that's gonna hire you, man. It's always gonna be somebody waiting, and it's always gonna be somebody that can pay you damn near the same of what you making there, if not more. On all levels. That's on company driver level. That's on the lease driver level. That's on the owner-op side, authority, all that shit. There's always another contract. There's always another broker. It's always another truck you can buy. It's always another lane. It's so much opportunity out here, man. So much opportunity to limit ourselves. Let's see. I'm trying to scroll through the comments, get caught up. Don't leave, bro. Stay. You feel for the. I ain't going nowhere, man. I ain't going nowhere but to the house next week. They just don't like the truth. He done got me, be smooth. Hey, Trucker Lee, I'm just, I gotta fuck with him, man. You know what I mean? Hey, look, you missed the Trucker Lee. I had about 120 of them in here earlier, boy. They done went bye-bye. Shout out to the real ones, man. Shout out to the people that's been rocking with me from day one. Shout out to the people that's been rocking with me through all the bullshit. Me trying to find myself, me trying to find my confidence, me up here crying and depressed. Shout out to all y'all that's been rocking with me since then, man. I really feel confident about where I'm at in life right now, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I know I may have said that before, but I mean that shit, man. My demeanor is different, my energy is different, my mindset is different. Just everything is just different this time. It's just, I really, it's like I've been with this company now 3 months. It don't even feel like 3 months. I guess because I'm looking so far down the line of how long I want to be here. Like, it don't even seem like I've been here that long. You know what I mean? So the questions I ask myself now is not about how long I'm gonna be with this company. It's about, like, what I'm gonna do while I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it can get ugly, man. It really can. Time to shine said something earlier that I was already thinking about, down the line. You know what I mean? Like, it can get real ugly out here in these streets. People who don't accept criticism, they don't like the truth. And people who criticize, they don't like to help you. They rather bring you down. It depends on the criticism. There are people who are just hateful people that just want to talk shit, yes. But there are some people who criticize, but they have good intentions behind the criticism. That's called constructive criticism. Some people just don't have the intelligence, and they don't know how to say what they really trying to say, so it comes off bad. I've been blessed with a vocabulary and the way to deliver words that I know how to say exactly what I'm trying to say in a way that's best meant for it to be said. You know what I mean? Everybody just doesn't have that gift. Some people just don't know how to talk, honestly. They just don't. There's a lot of YouTubers up here. You can tell, they just as country as they want to be, as illiterate as they want to be. But, they have good intentions. You can tell that their character is good, but they just can't talk for shit. I'll be honest, I don't like Jay's lease due to no warranty and the walkaway fee, but these other leases aren't allowing you to make over 2 to 3K a week. So I'll take the money over the truck lease. I feel you. I can respect that. I can respect that. And that's why I say right now my main concern is really padding my maintenance account, because that's really the only downside of this is that I'm responsible for all maintenance. You know what I mean? But then again, that's just a matter of, how much money do you have up front? I had some money up front. but I didn't have as much as I wanted, so I kind of just jumped out there. Some would probably call that stupid, but hey, high risk, high reward. But I think once I had my maintenance account to a certain number, because right now, I mean, like the way I feel, I can cover like small wear and tear shit right now, but I'm talking about like the big shit. Like, hey man, you got to drop 12K right here, or you got to drop 8K. You know what I mean? I want to get to the point where I can drop that and not miss a beat. You know what I mean? So that's what my main concern is right now. You know what I mean? How much does VL pay the students and how much for the... I don't know. I have no idea, Bounty Boy. I would have to call and ask. Because I didn't know, like I said, I've been to this live feed. I didn't even know they trained, to be honest with you. I had no idea they trained. So I would have to call Elena and ask her that. Be smooth. I agree with you on your last comment. Okay. I'm a local Walgreens driver in New York City, 13 to 1500 a week. All this OTR driver in this race country won't catch me in their backyard. 13. Let me ask you something, Black Power. Is $1,300 to $1,500 a week enough money in New York City? And I'm not trying to be funny enough, and I really just want to know, because I've always heard how ridiculously high it is in New York City. And I know $1,300 to $1,500 is great money where I live, but I can only imagine in New York City, like, how is that, like, now without trying to get too much in your business, like, or anybody that lives in New York, is $1,300 to $1,500 enough to live in New York City? I'm just curious. There's a lawyer in Memphis that will do the paperwork to move the truck from Swift. He normally charges. Damn, Island Trucker, you know every guy. I mean, that's why he the GOAT, man. Island Trucker the GOAT. Matter of fact, let me go on there. Hold on. What a joint that? There you go. Boom. Island Trucker be on it. He said $500, $600 to move the truck from Swift. That's what's up. I've never drove for a mega company. Always drove for owner route 1099 last 3 years. Hard to get a job reference for them when you quit. That is true. I mean, it depends on the company though. What's that? Guyana. Apologize if I'm mispronouncing that, but yeah, I've seen that firsthand. Where someone, you know, other 1099s will definitely take you no problem, because they know how it works. But when you try to go back from 1099, because it's contract work, so it's, you know, I don't know why, but when you go back from contract work to W2, they almost act like you don't even exist. That shit kind of crazy. But I guess it depends on how big the 1099 situation was. If it was just like a small mom and pop, well, I guess it's all mom and pop. Really, all these companies are mom and pop. It's just how old is the mom? Swift is a mom and pop. It's just a mom and pop that started 500 years ago or whatever. Over exaggeration, of course, but whatever. But anyways, still, yeah, like, you know, if it's like a small fleet of like 3 trucks, then they might give you a hard time. But if it's like a VL trucking, you know, because really there is no difference between VL trucking and if I got my authority and leased on 3 trucks, there would be no difference between, you know, me and VL trucking except the size. Just like Swift and VL, you know, same shit. It's just Swift pays their drivers on W2, VL pays them on 1099. Same shit, just a bit different in size. Watch says can get you a used truck from around the country. A brand new one will cost you a total of around, God damn, $205 in payments, down payment and lease buyer. I wouldn't get a new one from them. $205. Good God. I mean, you know, a business-minded person would say, well, how much am I going to make off that? You know, how much am I going to make off that? So some business people may say that the investment is worth it because of the profit. You know, some people will say, fuck that. I mean, I guess it depends on the person. But yeah, $205, that's crazy. That's a house. I met a guy 35 years old from New Orleans who never made more than $400 a week. I couldn't see why a trainer was complaining about a $1,500 check. Yeah, I see it all the time, man. I see it all the time. What kind of drug test they do? They do a urinalysis. Fancy way of saying they pissed at you. Do you mind not working? Okay, yeah, just keep going. I'm down. They do randoms. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, I've only been here 3 months. I've never had a random. You, Time to Shine, do they do randoms here? Honestly, don't know. I don't think I've ever had a random done through a 1099 company. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how that. I don't think they do, because when I did 2 drug tests with Marley when I first went on there, and when we went to the butane, but that was because we was going on to Kirby's authority to pull the butane, so that was like a pre-employment drug test. It wasn't a random. So I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know, to be honest with you. Hell no, New York City rent is expensive as hell. Oh, that's what I assumed. I didn't want to speculate, but that's what I figured. If you have any major repair, just try and make it back to Norfolk. I know enough mechanics out there that will get you back rolling for a fraction of what the dealer shops on the road. That's a bet. That's why I said it earlier. You know, the only people I really want to touch my truck is, the mechanics here in Illinois for VL, and back home finding me a mechanic out there. But I definitely appreciate that, Island Trucker. To smoke, just make sure you on point. Just make sure you on point. Oh, okay, just make sure you on point. I'm OTR, not even 2 years in the game. Depending on the run, I bring home 18 to 14 a week. You mean 14 to 18 a week? You mean 14 to 18 or 18 to 24 a week after taxes and benefits? I'm assuming 14 to 18. All I need is 700 to 1K a week. I mean, possibly in a month or 2, I tied up into a few things outside of trucking at the moment. Hell no, 13 to 1500 is nothing in New York. A friend of mine living in Queen, he told me 15 is not a lot. Damn. I haven't been in here from the beginning, but I'm here now. Shout out to you, Shawnee. Are you serious, bro? 700 to 1,000 is all you worth, my God. Yeah, if that's what he liked, that's what he, I would, ain't no such thing as too much money, man, to me. Flatbed, you can make that more. Thanks, man. Never got one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say no, but I don't know. I hear a lot of negative things about Swift, so I don't know. Yeah, you gonna hear a lot of negative things about it. You're gonna hear a lot of negative things about a company that big. Let's just be honest. Swift is the biggest company out here, or one of the biggest. So it's gonna be hard not to hear bad things about a company of that size. People, y'all worried about the wrong stuff. Truck drivers shouldn't be worried about drug tests. Hey, man, I'm not here to judge nobody, man. You don't know what nobody going through in life. You don't know nobody's situation. You just don't know. You know what I mean? I used to be that way until I experienced some things and seen some people go through some things, and I just come to the realization, man, like, you just don't know how people deal with certain shit. So I'm just not gonna be the guy that come up here and bash anybody for doing anything. You feel what I mean? So, I don't know, to answer that question, or if they do randoms or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So anyone who can get on with VL, check out Rain Dog out of Illinois. Similar company to VL, very similar pay, similar lease deal. Okay. I worry about what I want to worry about, bro. Drug house clearing is supposed to do more randoms per company. I had to do a pre-employment drug test 3 days later, started my job, and I got pulled for a random. They tried to catch me slipping. Damn. I'm in Tampa. Yeah, I'm from Miami. I'm not bashing, it's just real. I feel you. I feel you. Hey, man, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, damn, I've been up here for almost 2 hours. So I've been in this door for about 2.5 hours. So yeah, they said 4 to 5 hours. What time is it? I can't even look at the time on my phone. Yes, I can. Oh, it's 1 something, almost 2 o'clock. Yeah, I might not make that mechanic today. So I'm probably gonna be spending the night here in Illinois, which I'm cool with. See what comes on tonight, watch a movie or some shit, and kick it. And yeah, man, let me see. Just jumped in. What did I miss? Not much. I got a great pan load, but it's just a lot of bullshit on the back end of it. And I'm gonna get my truck fixed by VL. So that's pretty much it. Some of these truckers is weirdos, especially the ones that was military. You good to smoke. So check out Florida Rock. They pay in the range you mentioned. Yeah, I mean, like, man, look, everybody, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna judge a man off his vices. They never judge a man off his vices. So, VL still a good company? Absolutely. Absolutely. Is this guy? Bro, ain't no way. How you gonna get in there driving? Then I hit my shit. But yeah, so that's all I got, man. It was good chopping it up with y'all, man. I done got caught up in these comments. So, that's really all that's going on, man. Like I said, I'll probably be in this dock door for another hour or so. I'm gonna head over to VL, park it. Once I park, ooh, excuse me, Jesus Christ. Once I park, I'm just gonna chill, get into the shop either later today or first thing in the morning, and then drive for another week. Then I'm going home, man. Moving to my new apartment, get some furniture and all that type shit, and then just back to business after that. You know, I have decided that I am gonna probably do 2 to 3 weeks out at a time. I'm not gonna go back to running 4 weeks. I mean, I just, you know, I didn't did the math 4 different ways from 4 different angles, and it doesn't make much difference whether I stay out for 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Well, no, like 4 to 5 weeks or 2 to 3. Like if you look at it at a 5-week period or a 3-month period, 6 month, whatever. If you look at it, of course, over time, and this is even if you factor in breakdowns, if you factor in everything, there is no such thing as making more money to stay out longer. It just on this side, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, I could run for 4 weeks or 5 weeks, or I could run 4 weeks straight, take off a week. If I average $1.80 a mile for those 4 weeks, if I come back and let's say, and that's a 5-week period, 4 weeks on, 1 week off, right? But if I run for 2.5 weeks, go home for them, 3 days or whatever, 4 days, and then come back out for another 2.5 weeks, in that 5-week period, let's say if I ran less miles and at a higher cents per mile, I could make more money going home every 2.5 weeks than if I ran for 4 straight. Because 4 straight weeks, you really just, with the way that I'm being dispatched, I'm just gonna be getting, they're gonna give me the longer loads. You know what I mean? So it may be a load that may not be going as far, but it's paying more cents per mile, but he's not gonna want to give me that, because he's gonna give me something that's gonna keep me occupied for 3 days, 3-4 days. And that's what I'm learning. I don't have an issue with it, but I am still acknowledging it for what it is. So with that being said, I'm definitely, like I said, I'm probably gonna switch to more of a 2 to 3 weeks out at a time, and we're gonna test it out, see how I go. And we stay in drive in for now, unless something drastic change, and then at that point we'll consider reefer again. But it's just, I haven't seen anything thus far, and I've been researching hard, man. I've been researching hard on it, thinking about it hard, and but I just haven't seen anything that it's not so much about trying to convince me to go reefer. It's trying to convince me to leave dry van, because dry van hasn't done anything to make me say, fuck this. You know what I mean? So it's easy to leave something when everything is like, fuck, it's everything going to shit. But when ain't nothing wrong, it's like, what you leaving for? You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with that. So what they say, I'm about to buy a 660 Kenworth and start my own business. Fuck these companies. Respect. Congrats on the baby boy apartment. Much love. Appreciate it, trucker fires. Hey, you make sure you get to work. Hey, keep me updated too, bro. Hit me up. Let me know what's going on with you. You know what I mean? With the companies and whatnot. Who you get on with and stuff like that. And I think you should start a YouTube, bro, especially for Florida truck drivers. Just to let them know where you went and what you went through with all the trucking companies down there in Florida that are hired out of Florida that people may not be privy to, because I damn sure ain't know. And we done got about 25 companies mentioned in this live feed alone. So anybody who gonna watch this on the replay and has watched it this far into it, even with the froze video, first of all 70 of y'all that was in here are the goats for fucking with me through the frozen screen. That's some dedication right there. I fucks with y'all a long way for that. Like, no bullshit, no cap. That's what, like, this screen have been froze for about an hour, and y'all just been rocking with your boy. So salute to y'all. But anybody that's gonna be watching this on the replay and that's here at this point, make sure you're scrolling through the live chat to get the names of those companies that's hiring out of Florida, for those that may be looking for companies out of Florida. I might try to nah, I ain't gonna be able to screen record. That's just because it was just too much over the course of an hour. If it would have been like a 20-minute window, I would have screen recorded all the companies and just posted a video saying companies hiring out of Florida. So, matter of fact, you know, here's what I'm gonna do. Right? I'm gonna go on my community page and I'm gonna post a question: companies that are hired out of Florida. And then y'all go over there and put all these companies y'all that put in here, put on that community post for anybody in the future who may come up here from Florida and say, yo, I'll tell them where they can go find it. Because that's all it's about, man. Just helping the next man. That's it. But besides that, I'm gonna get up off here and read these last couple of comments. I'm late. What's good, Jay? You got to catch on the replay, man. And I still ain't get my question answered. Much love. But what question was that, Barbara? Real quick before I get off here, I'll answer your question. What you got? You got 5 minutes. Jay, we appreciate you giving us a second chance after unblocking us. Oh, you was one of the ones that unblocked. Hey, man, you know. Like I said, I'm human, man. Sometimes I get sensitive and, you know, just block people before I should. Some people I unblocked and they started coming back here and talking shit again. And I'm sure they still be in here. They definitely was part of that 121. But I just, you know, certain energy you just got to protect yourself from. You just have to for your own mental health. Barbara, where you at? What's the question? I'm not finna scroll all the way back, so ask it again while we in here. We at? Trying to be nice. I ain't got shit to do anyways. Probably go watch Pornhub or something.